why are you here today, and why did it take you so long to come to court?
So I totally forgot about all these tickets. I had no idea about the suspension or anything, that I even missed court.
Commendable, you're going in the military. They got quite a job with you. I'm just trying to deal with the here and now. Now, you be quiet and just listen. Be quiet. If you show up at the next hearing without an attorney, you will...
Here we have two traffic cases in a row that would irritate most judges. The first one clearly gets Judge Iarocci turned up to 11, but the second one doesn't. Perhaps it's because, despite the bullshit excuse he gave the judge, the defendant is on his way to Army boot camp, and it looks like he's tying down loose ends and manning up to his responsibilities before he goes. I'm guessing his Army recruiter in the audience has a big role in why he's here today. Let's roll, nerds.
Court is now calling State of Ohio versus Charles Lee Mendenhall, case number 25, TRD 153. Good morning. Mr. Mendenhall, did you understand all of the rights and plea options I explained to you earlier?
Yes.
Do you have any questions regarding those? Okay, did you receive a copy of the traffic citation issued on March 1st, 2025? Yeah. So you did receive it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you have two charges filed against you. The first charge is driving under suspension, a violation of section 4510.11 of the Ohio Revised Code.
I'm not under suspension.
Mr. Mendenhall, I'm going to explain to you what your charges are. You are Charles DeJour Lee Mendenhall, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you have two charges filed against you. So I'm going to explain to you what the charges are that were indicated on the ticket, and then I will, so why don't you listen to me. The first charge is driving under suspension, a violation of section 4510.11 of the Ohio Revised Code. It is a first-degree misdemeanor. If convicted of this offense, you face a maximum 180 days in jail. You face a maximum $1,000 fine. I could, it's optional, but I could impose an additional 1-year suspension on top of whatever other suspension you may have. And this would be technically a 2-point violation with the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles. So do you understand the maximum potential penalties you face if convicted of this offense?
Yes.
The second charge is no driver's license, a violation of section 4510.12 of the Ohio Revised Code. And I do have to ask, have you ever been licensed before?
Yes.
Okay, so because this is still your, this would be your first in 3 years, so this is a minor misdemeanor. If convicted of this charge, you face a maximum $150 fine plus court costs. You understand the maximum potential penalties you face on that charge?
Yes.
So we're going to start with the first charge of driving under suspension, a first-degree misdemeanor. How do you plead to that charge?
No contest.
The second charge of no driver's license, a minor misdemeanor. How do you plead?
No contest.
Okay. Do you understand by pleading no contest to these charges that you waive your right to a trial, which includes your right to cross-examine witnesses and to confront evidence presented against you? You'd be waiving your right to testify or not to testify without any negative connotation.
Matter of fact, we'll change that plea to not guilty.
Okay. To both charges?
Yeah.
Okay.
He told me.
I don't want to hear what he told you. Okay? Let me finish, please. I will accept your not guilty pleas. Now I'm going to address the issue of an attorney. Do you wish me to consider appointing an attorney to represent you in this case?
No.
So are you going to represent yourself?
Yes.
I always advise folks who are facing a possible jail sentence, who want to represent themselves, that, you know, it's not always a wise thing to do. You do have a right to counsel. You have a right to have an attorney represent you. And all I'm asking you is if you want me to consider appointing one to represent you.
Is the jail sentence for the driving without our license suspended?
You have 2 charges filed against you, Mr. Mendenhall. The first charge, as I said 3 times, is driving under suspension, which carries with it a maximum 180-day jail sentence. The second charge is no driver's license, which is a minor misdemeanor.
And all I gotta do is show proof that my license is not suspended.
Mr. Mendenhall, I'm not telling you what's going to happen after today. I'm just trying to deal with the here and now, okay? I'm just trying to deal with the present. And the present is, I've just explained to you the charges and the potential consequences you face. And now you've indicated to me that you wish to represent yourself, and I'm advising you that that's not always a wise thing to do. So if you wish to represent yourself, that's fine, but I'm advising you that you do have a right to court-appointed counsel if you qualify. I don't know if you'll qualify, but if you want me to consider court-appointed counsel, I'm going to have to ask you some questions regarding your finances.
No, I don't want my job.
So you're going to represent yourself?
Yeah. Or I'll get my own attorney.
Well, that's not how it works in this courtroom. Understood? Now, you be quiet and just listen, Mr. Mendenhall. Be quiet. I'm about to explain to you how it works here. You either tell me you're going to retain an attorney and show up with one, or you're going to tell me you represent yourself.
I'll retain my own attorney.
Okay, who is it?
I have to get one first.
Okay, so you're going to retain your own attorney. If you show up at the next hearing without an attorney, you will experience my wrath. Because as anybody knows who've practiced before me or been before me in the last 5 years as a judge, when you tell me you're going to retain an attorney, you show up without one, you're going to experience my wrath. So I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Mendenhall, are you going to retain an attorney?
Yeah.
Or are you going to represent yourself?
I'll retain my attorney.
Okay. Now I'm going to address the issue of bond. The citation has you listed at 828 West Prospect, Apartment 5 in Ashtabula.
No.
Where do you live? You don't know where you live?
I don't know the address by heart. I just moved there. East Center Street.
East Center Street. Ashtabula address?
Yeah. Or no, it's at Tanya.
Is that in North Kingsville or?
Yes.
And you said you've just lived there for a few months.
Yes.
How long have you lived in Ashtabula County?
My whole life.
Okay, bond is set in the amount of $5,000, personal recognizance. I will set this case for a pretrial conference where the defendant indicates he will be appearing with an attorney that he retains to represent him. And we'll give you a pretrial date, Mr. Mendenhall. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the clerk's window. You're being released on your own recognizance today. Well, you'll be given a pretrial hearing date at the clerk's window. If you fail to appear for that hearing, then I could issue a warrant for your arrest, and then I could order you at that point to pay the state of Ohio $5,000 as a penalty for your non-appearance. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. When I initially was pulled over, he told me all I needed was proof of insurance and the tag. He pulled me over for the tag. He wasn't for suspended license.
Let me see your citation, Mr. Mendenhall. Mr. Mendenhall, on this citation, it has two charges. Two charges. I don't care what he told you. On your citation, which is what I go by, you have two charges. And I've just outlined to you those two charges and the potential penalties you face. Okay? Any other questions?
No.
Okay, you can go to the clerk's window, they'll take care of it. Is it Munette? The court is now calling City of Pontiac versus Jason E. Munette, case number 23 TRD 712, 24 TRD 305, 24 TRD 830. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, Mr. Munette, these are old cases.
Yeah.
You were issued 3 citations quite a long time ago. But before I address these citations, did you understand all of the rights and plea options I explained to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions regarding any of them?
No, sir.
In 23 TRD 712, you were issued a citation back on September 23rd, 2023. It does appear to have your signature on it. Do you recall receiving a copy of that citation?
Yeah.
24 TRD 305, you were issued a citation on May 19th, 2024. Do you recall receiving that citation?
Yeah.
In 24 TRD 830, you were issued a citation on December 19th, 2024. Do you recall receiving a copy of that citation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 23 TRD, go and tell them to keep quiet out there. Mr. Mendenhall is getting a little emotional. In 23 TRD 712, this is the citation issued on September 23rd, 2023. You were charged with 2 counts. 1, failure to display your license, a minor misdemeanor, punishable by a maximum $150 fine and court costs, and 1 count of speeding. It's alleged that you were speeding, driving 54 mile per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. That's also a minor misdemeanor, punishable by a maximum $150 fine and court costs. Do you understand the maximum potential penalties on those charges?
Yes, sir.
Case number 24 TRD 305. Again, this is the citation on May 19th, 2024. You were charged with 1 count of expired plates. That also is a minor misdemeanor, punishable by maximum $150 fine and court costs. Do you understand the maximum potential penalties on that charge?
Yes, sir.
Also, in that case, the officer checked the box on the ticket indicating you failed to provide proof of insurance in the vehicle you were driving that day. If you are unable to provide this court proof of insurance on the 2006 Lexus 250 that you were driving that day, then and you're convicted of this offense, you could be facing a non-compliance license suspension with the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And then in 24 TRD 830, you're charged with a seatbelt violation under the city code. So if convicted of this is also a minor misdemeanor. If convicted of this offense, you face a maximum $50 fine plus court costs. Do you understand the maximum potential penalties on that charge?
Yes, sir.
Before I take pleas on these cases, Mr. Munette, why are you here today and why did it take you so long to come to court?
So I totally forgot about all these tickets. Me and my mom, we sat down and went through and paid all my tickets. And I must have, missed them because I've enlisted in the Army and as well as bought a new car. So, I had no idea, about the suspension or anything, that, I even missed court. I didn't get anything in the mail either because I've been jumping house to house. I lost 2 apartments that I had by myself, and I've been in house to house and even living in my car at one point. So I didn't really get any notification until yesterday. I called the county court and I was asking why my license was suspended, and that's when she explained to me that I had 3 tickets that I missed paying and didn't show court.
So whose fault it is?
That's my fault.
Okay.
All the way I take complete responsibility.
I didn't hear that in what you just told me. You were kind of blaming it on the court for not notifying you. When the summons, the ticket that you received, gave you a court date to appear in this court, what did you think would happen if you failed to appear for that court date?
Yes, sir. The tickets that I got, I was told I was waivable, I could pay them and didn't have to go to court for them. So she told me yesterday that when I missed the first court date, the other 2 are not supposed to be waivable, but I was told they were waivable. So when I sat down with my mom and went through my tickets and paid them, I thought I took care of them, but in reality...
You thought you paid the waiver on these tickets?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm confused with your explanation. I'll move on. Okay, we're going to start with the 23 TRD 712 case. This is the citation issued on September 23rd, 2023. To the charge of failure to display license, a minor misdemeanor, how do you plead?
No contest.
To the charge of speeding, alleged that you were going 54 in a 35 mile per hour zone, how do you plead?
Guilty.
24 TRD 305, this is a citation issued on May 19th, 2024. To the charge of expired plates, a minor misdemeanor, how do you plead?
Guilty. Then I changed that first one to guilty as well. My apologies.
You're talking about the failure to display license in 23 TRD 7?
No, sorry, I thought it was about seatbelt. I thought you said there was one for seatbelt.
I'm going to start all over again.
That's towards the end.
Oh, okay, my apologies.
Let me start all over again.
Yeah, my apologies.
23 TRD 712. This is the citation issued on September 23rd, 2023. To the charge of failure to display your license, a minor misdemeanor. How do you plead?
No contest, no.
That's what you originally pled.
Yes, sorry.
To the charge of speeding, 54 and a 35, how do you plead?
Guilty.
24 TRD 305, this is the citation on May 19th, 2024, to the charge of expired plates, a minor misdemeanor, how do you plead?
Guilty.
24 TRD 830. This is the citation issued on December 19th, 2024 to the seatbelt violation, a minor misdemeanor. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Do you understand by pleading guilty to or no contest to all of these charges that you are waiving all of the trial rights I explained to everyone earlier?
Yes, sir.
You'd also be waiving your right to an attorney. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So because you pled no contest to the charge of failure to display license involving the September 23rd, 2023 citation, can you tell me what took place on that date that led to that citation?
Yeah, so I'm not completely sure or 100% remember that day, but I think it was whenever my mom, the car was still in my mom's name, and I didn't have any of like my identifications or anything like that, so I couldn't show the insurance for her either or my ID. So,
Well, the officer checked the box, said that you showed insurance on that case. On the next one he didn't, but you failed to display your license, you remember that?
yeah, I didn't have any of, I lost my whole wallet and anything.
Okay, I do accept the explanation of circumstances. I do find the defendant's plea of no contest to the failure to display license charge and his pleas of guilty to the remaining charges in all three cases to be knowing, voluntary, and intelligent. The court will accept the no contest and guilty pleas, and I will therefore find him guilty of all of the charges. Okay, Mr. Munette. I'm now going to impose sentence. Is there anything you would like to say before I do so?
No.
So in the 23 case, you could not have paid a waiver because you had 5 prior traffic violations within the year. So we wouldn't have allowed you to pay a waiver. You had 5 traffic violations in the same year. Speeding, 85 and a 70, 88 and a 60, 66 and a 35, and then an equipment violation. And then another seatbelt violation. So, why the bad driving record, Mr. Munette?
I was young with a little sports car. I guess I was done.
So what has changed in your life that...
Well, I bought a new car. I like to say it's slower. Better car. I'm paying on it. And I enlisted in the military. I'm supposed to leave May 12th for boot camp. And I'm just trying to better myself.
I see you brought the recruiter with you.
Yeah, just in case there was anything like legal that he had to know about or anything.
Well, I think it's commendable you're going in the military. They got quite a job with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clean you right up.
yeah. I sure hope so, because I'm glad you're here to resolve these cases, because you know you just can't ignore responsibilities that you have anymore. You just can't. So hopefully the military will set you straight and get you on the right path so that this never happens again. This gentleman served in the Marines for 5 years. Was it 5? Yeah. So
Thank you.
perhaps you can be a bailiff someday.
Or a probation officer.
Or a probation officer, right? Okay, are you able to provide proof of insurance in the vehicle, this 2006 Lexus 250, on May 19th, 2024?
Yes, I'll have to get it from my mother, but
Okay. Is this your mother?
no, that's
Oh, okay. You feel confident you'll be able to get that?
Yes. It was under a name, I believe, during that time.
Okay. Okay, on the failure to display license charge in subcase A, and the 23 to 28 TRD 12, $50 fine. The speeding charge, $50 fine. Expired place charge in 24 TRD 305, $50 fine. And I'll indicate that you have until the end of the close of business today to provide proof of insurance to the clerk of courts no later than the close of business, showing that you had insurance on that vehicle on that date of May 19th, 2024. And in 24 TRD 830 on the safety belt violation, $50 fine and court costs. The clerk is going to give you a full tally of the costs and so forth, because there were some other license forfeiture issues which add to the expense. I mean, it's going to be easily $500, $600. I can't. The clerk will give you the exact amount owed. Are you able to pay that today, or do you need time to pay?
No, I need time to pay.
How much time do you need to pay it in full?
$500-600 went out probably about 2 weeks. I get paid every 2 weeks.
If they gave you until the end of the month, would that be?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, I'll indicate that you're going to pay all of these fines and costs at the end of the month, March 31st. I'm going to set these cases for a review hearing. When are you scheduled to go to boot camp?
May 12th.
Okay. I'm going to set a review hearing in April. If you've paid all your fines and costs by the end of the month, that hearing will get canceled. If you fail to pay that fines and costs by that date, you have to be here. If you fail to appear for that hearing, I could issue a warrant for your arrest, which could affect your ability to go in the military. So you better be here if you can't pay. But you're telling me you can pay, so make sure you can pay. Okay. Any questions, Mr. Munette?
Yes. Right now, I was told that my license were.
We're going to lift the license forfeitures.
Okay.
We're going to lift those.
Other than, no, not other question.
Yeah. No other questions? Okay, well, you can go to the clerk's window and they'll take care of you. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoy watching this content, please like and subscribe. It helps new channels like this one gain exposure. There is a lot more good court to come, so if you like what you saw, tell your friends. If you didn't, tell me, and let me know what you'd like to see and how I can improve. Thanks.